Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahweh Shai being the name of his beloved Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus. All right, this is the brother Yaira Dada, WFI Indiana Camp, coming to y'all with a cold cut through the spirit on maximizing your talents. Understanding what your talents are, understanding how to use those talents, just using those different things that the Most High God has blessed you with to uplift and magnify the name of the Lord, to uplift and fill his house like he commanded us to do. Whatever gift, talent, thing that he has blessed you with, you want to be able to use that for the betterment of this truth at the end of the day. All right, whether that means you can sing, you can rap, you good at counsel, exhorting, prophesying, praying, whatever it is, you want to make sure you're using that what the Most High God has given you to the best of your ability. All right, day in and day out as much as you can. You want to wear that talent out for the Lord at the end of the day, and also examine yourself daily to understand what other things has the Lord given you that you may not have exposed yet or uncovered, or you don't, like, you just don't know that you have it yet. That thing has to be revealed unto you, whether it be by the Lord or whether somebody points it out in you, whatever the case may be. You want to make sure that you using these different talents that the Most High God has given us and maximizing it, maxing it out, all for the Lord, all for pushing his truth, all for uplifting, magnifying the name of the Most High God. All right, so we're going to kick it off with the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, and we're going to start at verse 4. All right, it says, "Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences, of administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God which worketh in all in all." But which is just saying these different things all come from the Lord. These different things, whether they may be different gifts or they may be different things that are being done, but at the end of the day, it's all for the betterment of the Most High God and using those different things for the Most High God. It says, "But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal, for to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit." So one person may have a lot of wisdom. Most High God, that's that portion of their spirit that they have, that they have a lot. They're very wise, right? A lot of wise sayings, a lot of wise movements, they good at counsel, so on and so forth. All right. It says another in knowledge. Another person may be very, very knowledgeable. They're able to obtain a lot of knowledge concerning timelines, dates, these scriptures. They are able to obtain a lot of that up here, or it's like a retain a lot of that up here. Sometimes it's just not, and you can always pray for those different things as well. But some brothers have it, some sisters have it, some don't. On a high level is what I'm saying. Right? It says, verse Salakia, verse 9, it says, "To another faith by the same Spirit." Right? Some people have an insane amount of faith that the Most High God has gifted them with. Some, they call them the people that look at things as like the glass is half full, not half empty. Optimists, if I'm not mistaken. You got people who are very optimistic, and that they just it don't matter what it is, they always looking at it, or trying to find the good in it, or look at it in a good way, or trying to learn from it, or always feel like whatever it is they can overcome. Like, that's like, people call it in the world, they call it being optimistic, they call it optimism and all these other different terms, but ultimately that's just having a, a crazy amount of faith. That's really what it comes. That's really what it is. They just don't. There are people who the Lord has given, an ample amount of faith unto. Now we all have, well, in this truth, we all have faith. All right, but you have some we you've met people before who just they it's on another level, right? But at the end of the day, right, that's a gift, right, or that's a talent or whatever the case may be, however you look at it. All right, it says, um, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another gifts of healing by the same Spirit, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues, right? So all these different things, he's just listing out these different gifts, right? This is the same thing that you read about in Romans chapter 12 and 4, right? This is the book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 4. It says, for as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, so we, being many, are one body in Hamashiach, and every one member one of another, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of the faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhortation, he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity, he that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. The point is, at multiple points, Paul had to expound unto these people, whether it was the church of Rome, whether it was the church of Corinth, so on and so forth. You have to expound unto them like, hey, look, make sure y'all using the talents and the gifts that the Most High God has given you to uplift and magnify his name, and understand the office that you have pertaining to that gift, right? We many members, a part of one body, all right? Everybody can't be, it's not 60 or it's not 5 arms, right? Somebody, hey, they have this particular talent and they put it to use, right? You may have somebody they can prophesy, somebody they can read mighty, somebody they give alms. They've been blessed, or Most High God has given them, financial comfortability. They kind of well off when it comes to financially, and the Most High God has blessed them with a giving heart more than others, or so like they're able to give more than others are. They're able to give in an abundance. You may have somebody that don't have really nothing, but they still give what they can. But this person is blessed with, being able to give in abundance. All right, you may have somebody that can, like we said earlier, sing. They sing unto the Lord to magnify the name of the Lord. Rap, they magnify the name of the Lord. Somebody may be able to give great counsel. They're very wise when it comes to counsel. They have impartial judgment. They're not biased. They're good listeners. So all those qualities make up for somebody that could potentially be good when it comes to giving counsel according to the precepts. All right, everybody's not a councilman. Everybody can't do that. But you have some brothers, some sisters that are very good at giving good counsel. You have some people that's good at healing others, making others feel better. People, they have a lot of knowledge concerning the herbs and the different teas and other different medicines and the natural herbs, so on and so forth, to be able to help people get better or make people feel better, just by speaking to them, encouraging them, exhortating them. They just have a spirit of exhortation that the Most High God has blessed them with as a gift. They always, encouraging you, saying good things unto you to help you or to build yourself up, not just to always saying good stuff to you and not, rebuking you, but they may rebuke you, tear you down to build you up. the correct way. You know, it's all types of different talents, gifts that the Most High God, is given unto us. It's just up to us to be able to uncover what those things may be. You may be sitting at home thinking or scratching your head saying, I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't do this. What is my talent? Well, look, brother, look, says you got to pray unto the Most High God. You got to pray unto the Lord that He reveals that talent unto you, because everybody has one. There's not anybody in this truth that they just a potato. The Lord isn't giving you anything. You just a couch potato. You just sit there and soak up everything. Like, no, it's not. Now, some may not be, or you may think is not on the level of being in front of a camera prophesying to thousands, whatever the case may be. That doesn't mean it. Don't look down on yourself because you may not do that. Maybe that's not your lot. But maybe it is your lot to give alms because you have an abundance too. And the Lord has given you a willing heart. Maybe it is, your lot to, you may be able to sing, you may be able to rap, you may be able to give good counsel or exhort. You understand? You may be able to heal and understand and know the different things about the herbs, what you can, what mixing these things do for you, what mixing these things, so on and so forth. I'm telling you, it's a lot of things, and these are just stuff off the top of the head, but these are a lot of things, all right, that can benefit the nation as well as uplift and magnify the name of the Lord, man. All right, but real quick, I want to go. Let's go to the book of First Samuel. All right, let's go to the book of First Samuel. I should have grabbed my charger. Yeah, it's all good. We should be straight. All right, let's go to the book of First Samuel, chapter 16. All right, it's the book of First Samuel, chapter 16, and verse 14. All right, First Samuel 16 and 14. It says, "But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him. And Saul's servant said unto him, Behold, now an evil spirit from God troubleth thee." So an evil spirit was troubling Saul, right? Saul had spirits on him. All right, they kind of looking at him. He doing this, doing that, he mad. They're like, man, you got spirits on you, man. All right, so watch what they get ready to do. It says, verse 16, let our Lord now command thy servants which are before thee to seek out a man who is a cunning player on a harp. And it shall come to pass, when the evil spirit from God is upon thee, that he shall play with his hand, and thou shalt be well. So they're trying to seek out somebody that can play well on a harp, that they can get this spirit off of Saul. All right. Also letting you know that, concerning these, actually, I'm going to keep reading and then we'll talk about that. Right. But reading on in verse 17 again, right? It says, and Saul said unto his servants, Provide me now a man that can play well, and bring him to me. Then answered one of the servants and said, Behold, I have seen a son of Jesse, the Bethlehemite, that is cunning in playing, and a mighty valiant man, and a man of war, and prudent in matters, and a comely person, and the Lord is with him. Right? So they seen David. They said, hey, look, David, hey, he could play the harp. He's prudent in matters, mighty valiant man, a man of war, comely young man. All right, hey, so they bigging him up. They get ready to bring him to Saul. Watch this. Let's drop down to verse 23. Watch this. It says, and it came to pass, when the evil spirit from God was upon Saul, that David took an harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. You see, that's so. Hey, David had many talents. David just wasn't a king that was going around killing a bunch of people. Because that a lot of times when people think about David, they think, oh, David, mighty, valiant king, man after the Most High's heart, and he was killing a bunch of people. Hey, there's more to it than just David was a king killing a bunch of people, right? And he was righteous. Hey, David had many talents as well, man. David was able to. David could. Hey, he was a. Hey, he was doing. He could do his thing on the harp, man. All right, you may be able to play. You may be able to play the piano or trump, whatever the case may be. You may be able to play some type of instrument. Like I said earlier, you may be able to sing, rap, and I'm just using those different things, right? You may not be able to sing, you may not be able to rap, you may not be able to play an instrument, but I promise you, there's 100 other different things that you could be doing, or that the Most High God has given you to do. You just have to uncover for yourself, or you already know what you can do or talents that you do have. You just have to use those things to uplift and magnify the Lord, right? To magnify the ministry, to help the ministry, etc., etc. All right, but David, hey, he could play well on the harp. That was one of his talents that he had, and he used it right for the betterment what of the Lord. All right. In this case, he used it for the king to remove that evil spirit that was upon him. And this also, that's what I was gonna say earlier. This also lets you know that music does play a part in how you feel, your mental, so on and so forth. A lot of people be like, ah, man, nah, it ain't that. No, these things can have an effect on you. All right, that's why when you listen to certain music, that music may make you cry. All right, you go to a funeral or somebody now or whatever the case may be, you might turn on that song that kind of gets you there and you kind of cry, right? You sad. You may play some music that make you happy. You may play some music that make you upbeat. You may work out to certain music because it gets you pumped, and you may listen to music to turn you up. You may listen to music that's just in mirth at a feast, whatever the case may be. Music has a spirit to it, or it can put a spirit on you. It can be a spirit of just mirth, happiness. It can be a spirit of sadness. It can be a spirit of just, upbeat. You pumped, you ready to work, whatever it is. But music does or can have these type of effects on you. And in this case, it made the evil spirit that was upon Saul, it made that spirit leave. It put him in a better place, a better mood, etc., etc. All right, so that's an example of David, right, having a talent, right? Let's go to the book of Matthew. Let's get this real quick. All right, my phone about to go to the grave on me. All right, let's try to get this real quick, Lord willing. All right. All right, it's the classic, right? It's the book of Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 14. It says, for the kingdom of heaven is like it is as a man traveling into a far country who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. So he gave talents, right, unto all his people. You right, certain amount to however much they could do or handle with it or what they could turn it into, based off of the potential, whatever the case may be. All right, that's how it is with us in the Lord, right? The Lord gives man talent. You understand? Now, this is talking about money as far as the talent. This is talking about money. But for us, we have to turn that money, which is our talent, our gifts, and we have to do something with it, just like we get ready to read about. All right, it says, then he that received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents. And likewise he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid the Lord's money. So you had these men, guess what? They went and they flipped those talents, meaning what? They maximized those different things. They maximized the fact that, the Lord gave her a voice to be able to sing, or gave him a voice to be able to rap, or the mind to be able to rap, or gave him, you understand, an abundance when it came to financials. All right, now how do you maximize that? Hey, you maximize that by making sure you give according to what you have. right? Having a willing mind, a willing heart to be able to give because you have to give. All right. And not just all right, I got a lot, but I'm only gonna give a little. Nah, you have that willing spirit upon you to be able to give and help whatever the whatever the case may be concerning the most high God. All right. But watch this. It says, um, but then you had the one that went and did his in the earth, meaning what he didn't maximize his talent. Right? He had that talent, but he didn't do with it what he should have, which is magnify the Lord or flip those different things, maximize those talents that talent that the Most High gave him. Reading on, it says, Salakia, 19. It says, as after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. So these men that flip their talents, guess what? Hey, they get rewarded because of those different things. You want to get rewarded because you maximized the gifts that the Most High God has given you, not because you put it on the back burner or you were slothful with it or you didn't go as hard as you could have with it. You don't want to have that type of mentality to where you don't want the mentality where you looking back and saying, "Dang, I should have went harder in this." You want that mentality of, man, I went as hard as I could. You got people that do that in the world, man. In sports, they say, man, I left it all out on the field. Hey, you want to leave it all out. You want to leave it all out, man. You want to put in it. You want to put in as much as you can. All right. It says, I want to drop down. We're going to drop down to 24. Right. It says, then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Salakia. Then he that received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid my talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gathered where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. So this man didn't maximize his talent. This man didn't put his talent to use. Right? And the Lord called a wicked and slothful servant. And that's how you do not want the Lord to look at you. You don't want to be looked at or seen by the Lord as a wicked and slothful servant. All right, you want to leave it all out on the field if you got ears to hear. All right, so Lord willing, brothers and sisters is edified. All right, Salakia, I don't want this to, right, get put in the grave on me, right? But Lord willing, brothers and sisters, you understand, was edified with this video. And Lord willing, brothers and sisters, use this to as exhortation to magnify, you understand, your talents. Whatever your talents are that the Most High God has given unto you, whatever gifts that you have, use them to uplift the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, man. And if you don't know what your talents are, seek them out. Pray to the Most High God and ask him to reveal these different things unto you. Or, hey, it might be somebody around you that sees things in you that you could use to help benefit the ministry, that you can use to uplift and magnify the name of the Lord, so on and so forth. All right. Everybody has a talent, man. Everybody has something, from being able to speak multiple different languages, being able to give wise counsel, being able to sing, rap, give alms, exhortate, prophesy, teach. Everybody has a talent. And there's many other ones outside of those as well. All right, so Lord willing, brothers and sisters, edify with this video. Kwam Yasha Allah, Shalom.